Thanks for staying with us. In this segment, we have the Commissioner of Police of Lagos State, CP Fayoade Adegoke Mustafa. He will be speaking to us about how safe the commercial nerve center of Nigeria is. He will also be sharing some of his security plans and addressing the gray areas and much more. You can join the conversation and call us on 081-0764-1679, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Good to have you. All right, so we've been hearing, this is Lagos, and there's a lot of things happening. It's always lots of moving parts in Lagos. Issues of cultism, issues of roadside robbery. Let's start with the general question. How safe are we in Lagos State first? What have you put in place, or what do you plan to put in place to ensure and enhance safety in our state?
Well, without any gainsaying, Lagos is very safe. Unarguably the safest part of Nigeria, and one of the safest cities in the world. We put measures in place since my assumption of office. Lagos has a very well-established security infrastructure, which I met and have built on it. Our men are more visible. We have enhanced our security network to cover those areas we regard as black spots. We have also ensured that policemen, are more alive to their responsibilities. We work day and night. DPOs don't even go home again. They are on duty all through the night and day. So we make sure that we occupy the public space and ensure that all these criminal elements don't have any opportunity to operate.
Okay. So Lagos is rumored to be very insecure. You go online, you hear people give different accounts, maybe because of one road robbery or car phone snatching through cars and all of that. One experience, and the news is everywhere. So I would think the problem is in the response to some of this. So let's know what the plan is for patrolling, responding to reports of crime and all of that under your watch, sir.
No, our response time of recent has improved. We have our dedicated lines, and our telephone, even my own number and that of area commanders and DPOs are also available. So we respond to incidents very promptly. And I want to appeal to the members of the public to always avail themselves of the opportunity available. They should get our dedicated line, get to the nearest DPO, the nearest patrol vehicle in that axis, and we will respond to incidents at any time.
So I took a story this morning of a parading that took place, a parade of criminals that took place, alleged criminals that took place in Ogun State, is a neighboring state, because we've also taken several stories of allegation of extortion by policemen on the road. So in this particular story, it was detailed of how a man was accosted by police officers on the road and told to transfer money into an account. Thankfully, he was able to reach out to the police numbers. They were able to trace the accounts, the OPay account number, find that it was a POS place, and they called the POS person not to release the money. That was over 300,000 naira. Then they went to the POS place and ensured that they were waiting for when the police person will come and pick it up, and they found the police person picking up. They caught him and he released the other two. There were two, one corporal and two inspectors. It restored trust in the system from people, because trust is a major deficit towards police. How many of those have we recorded in Lagos State? And so that people that are watching can be assured that there is internal cleanup within the police system.
Okay. In fact, the police is one of the very few organizations that has very solid internal mechanism for dealing with erring police officers. The response monitoring team is always there to respond to incidents of extortion and other. And we have been taking appropriate action. Many have been dismissed. Even in some cases when we know that it has criminal intent, we dismiss and charge them to court. So we don't allow officers to act. We don't allow misconduct from any of our officers. We take serious action against, and we don't, tolerate such excesses. Many officers are even languishing in police detention because of cases that has to do with extortion and other cases of misconduct.
Okay.
So can you tell us how equipped the police is in terms of discharging their duties? And this is focusing on Lagos State because I think last week or this week in the papers, it was said that the police would, to be able to investigate some form of crime, they will have to rely on the DSS to be able to track criminals. And we have different cases of people defrauding each other and that they need police tracking. So how equipped is Lagos State to handle such issues?
Yeah, police in Lagos is well equipped. We have a tracking department. We speedily track issues that has to do with maybe car snatching, kidnapping, and so on. Or drivers driving away with the owner's vehicle. So our tracking department is very solid. Aside from that, the Lagos State government is doing a lot for the police. And we are well equipped. I think very soon about 250 vehicles, patrol vehicles will soon be released to us. So we have adequate number of men to police Lagos. We have vehicles, and the security architecture in Lagos is the best in the country. And we have no reason not to perform and protect
Let's go to
Lagosians.
specific reasons or incidences. So we have the issue of area boys or miscreants, just showing up. For example, people complain on 3rd Milan Bridge.
Yeah.
Your car breaks down, God forbid, and they just pop up from different corners of the place and they're there. You know that there's a police car there, but for whatever reason, it seems like there's nobody there, or they are ineffective, because by the time, I know a family member whose car stopped on 3rd Milan Bridge and their miscreants showed up from different places, and it happens also Lagos, but Badagry Expressway, different places where these guys just pop up from different places. Do you have enough manpower to patrol and to ensure that these places specifically have reduced?
Honestly, we have enough manpower. The issue is that the increase in area boys is so alarming and it's giving us serious concern. They are coming from all fronts, and we have devised strategy to take care of that. You might not know, our men in Mufti will be around, all those vulnerable areas, Third Milan Bridge, Badagry Express Road, and other places that these Sulons could come out from an attack, especially when traffic is when there's a traffic holdup. So we have men that will do that, and we are working on that seriously. It's just that the number of area boys is on the increase, and
sorry, Nima, let me attach something to that, because do you have technology helping your work? Because sometimes it's impossible to have men across the state. So do you have some kind of cameras? You are working with the government to make sure that we have visibility. So if I say my car got snatched there or somebody came, you can have an idea who the area boy is based on the cameras. And they say, Milan Bridge is critical. The places that we expect that we should have cameras. So how are you deploying technology to support your work?
Yes, we are enhancing our communication network. The aspect of technology, we are trying to use, recently, our helicopter is going to be on, carry out area surveillance of Lagos. Apart from that, we have these communication networks that enable us to connect each other, connect one patrol vehicle to another patrol vehicle. Okay. So if incident is happening in the area, particularly this area, the other area, that is, let's say B area, we're able to connect others. So we have that network that we connect each other, and we're able to put our acts together to prevent any act of criminality.
I want to move this question to the suburbs. We get, reports of crime in Ikorodu and Ekpe, particularly kidnapping, on-chance buses, all of that happening. How, because I know the city center is easy to man, but you see these interior suburb areas, Badagry, Ekpe, Ikorodu, how extensive is your network to those areas?
Yes, particularly those areas, we know they are areas prone to this crime you have mentioned. We have a tactical team stationed in that area, and I'm telling you this morning that we have been able to, ward off the activities of these kidnappers, cult members. We have made so many arrests, and we are contending effectively with them in those Epe and other axes, because we created a special team
for that
to handle that.
Go ahead, talk. Let me ask you a question.
So this question for me is, I don't want to indict the police because I know that they are working, but I have been in traffic, and it was less than about two years ago where my car was smashed. The side glass was smashed, and the police were just a few minutes from, like, I just drove a minute. It was traffic. I could see the police from my rearview mirror, and I could see that, I still got attacked. So, and I also have escaped situations like that where I'm just praying, they did not come to my car. The person behind me, they just flank the car by the side. So I feel we've given hoodlums and miscreants, we are used to, police officers are used to seeing them. So we'll just be like, so where you are, you will look at it, but in front of you, they can be robbing. Behind you, they can be robbing. We're not patrolling, we're just sitting down inside the car and watching the one that comes to our attention. Can we acknowledge the fact that that is actually still happening till date when we have traffic going on within Lagos?
Well, that has reduced to the barest minimum. I know in some instances could happen. It has been reduced completely. What we do these days, while patrol team will stand by with their vehicle, their presence, believing that it will deter criminal activities, we have pushed out our men in Mufti to move around like those area boys. And eventually, once one of them is identified, they pick them and we take them to the appropriate.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we continue our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.